Hi! Welcome to my Never Wonderland. I am Elspeth and this is episode 9 of our IVF journey series. It took me a while to revisit this series because of the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. You see, I'm trying very hard to focus all my energy to staying productive and positive amidst all the negativity. And as you may already know, recalling the experience sometimes brings back sad memories and sentiments. Anyway, I'm here now in our balcony, so you'll have to excuse the outdoor noise. It's too hot inside the house. And I am going to talk about the FET Day, or Frozen Embryo Transfer Day. It's also the day I started this video blog series. But allow me to begin with the days after the ovum pickup or OPU day and the days leading to the momentous day of embryo transfer. So to recap, 11 oocytes or ova or eggs, whatever you want to call it, were collected from me during the OPU, and 10 of them were mature and were injected with sperm. 1 was immature and 7 of them were successfully fertilized. Then after 2 more days, which is the beginning of the embryo culture or the blastocyst stage, which is also the step 4 in the IVF process, we were informed through text that one of the fertilized eggs did not develop well and that we only have 6 good embryos that were frozen. So that's still a good number. At this stage, the embryos would divide and multiply itself over over 5 to 6 days to become a blastocyst. Or a blastocyst is an embryo with about 100 cells. But in our case, the blastocyst stage was put to a halt or was paused because we decided to give my body a break before transferring the embryos to my uterus. You see, there are 2 options in embryo transfer: fresh and frozen. In fresh transfer, the best embryos, usually 2 or 3 embryos, are placed into the uterus 3 to 5 days after the egg retrieval. The remaining embryos are stored in a freezer for a future transfer. In frozen transfer, all the embryos are kept frozen and they will be thawed on the day of the transfer at a later date whenever the couples are already ready. As I mentioned, we opted for the frozen embryo transfer because we wanted to give my body a break and time to recuperate from all the stimulations done by the meds. We want to get my body, my ovaries, uterus, and all back into the normal hormone levels before the transfer. This is also the advice of our OB because it gives a more natural environment for the baby. Very similar to the natural environment in natural conception. And this in turn, according to studies, increases the chance of implantation rates, like birth rates, and it decreases the chance for miscarriage and lowers the risk of preterm labor. Another reason, of course, is to avoid the dreaded OHSS, or ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome. Now, ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome is an excessive response to the medicines taken or administered to make the eggs grow. As a result, the woman will have high estradiol levels and lots of growing follicles, which in turn leads to leaking of fluids into the belly, causing nausea, bloating, or swelling of the abdomen. In severe cases, abdominal pain, blood clots, dehydration, shortness, and even shortness of breath occur. And although very rare, a number of deaths have been reported. Naturally, we wanted to avoid that, and of course we wanted to increase our chance at we want to increase our chances at successful implantation and pregnancy. So we monitored my body first, and I did experience a general feeling of heaviness and bloatedness, and also shortness of breath at night and first thing in the morning. It's like it feels heavy, just generally heavy. Will be said that that was expected because of the stimulations, and it's okay as long as it doesn't get worse. Then she ordered an ultrasound on my first day of menses following the egg retrieval to check my ovaries and uterus. That was October 2, 2019. And if all was okay, we could proceed with the transfer right around the ovulation period of that monthly cycle. The result, however, was it was negative for ascites, the abnormal fluid buildup in the abdomen, but positive for hemorrhagic cyst, and my right ovary was a little enlarged. So we decided to wait again for another cycle. Then, in preparation for the embryo transfer, OB ordered 2 medications starting the following monthly cycle. On the second day of my menses, the following monthly cycle, I started taking estradiol valerate. That's the generic name, 2 times a day. It's a hormone replacement therapy containing the female hormone estrogen. Here it is. It's empty. This med costs 650 per pack, and each pack has a total of 28 tablets. 2 tablets in the morning and 2 again in the evening. So 4 tablets taken orally every day. On cycle day 13, it was on cycle day 13, it was increased to 5 tablets taken 3 times a day. So 2 times in the morning, 2 tablets in the morning, 1 at noon, and another 2 in the evening. Then on cycle day 15, another medication was added. It's a progesterone vaginal insert. It's here. It's big, and this, as the name suggests, it's administered vaginally twice a day, 1 in the morning and another before bedtime. Yep, I have to shove it up in my vagina as far inside as I can make it go. So here it is. There. This cost 150 pesos each, and we bought 34 of these, so 5,100. It has to be kept in the fridge because it melts. That's what it will do inside. It will melt. These 2 medications continued even after the embryo transfer and until the beta HCG test, the result of which would determine if I would continue or not. FET day, or frozen embryo transfer day, was scheduled on cycle day 18. That was November 21, 2019. We checked in at a nearby hotel the day before, so we won't be late. The procedure was scheduled at 10 a.m. Same in the OPU instruction: no perfume, no lotion, no makeup. Plus, I had to come. Additional was I had to come with the full bladder for a clear picture in the ultrasound. I think the water in the bladder causes darker contrast in the monitor of the ultrasound. Anyway, I even had to drink more water when I was already there, because apparently it was not yet full enough, but it already felt full. Fasting was not required, so that's a good thing. And of course, we were reminded to bring payment in cash or separate checks. Payment to the lab and payment to the doctors. I don't remember the how much each, but the total was 97,000 pesos. Yeah. For the lab, there was also a thawing fee because the embryos needed to be thawed. Anyway, so there we were in the laboratory for the transfer. 3 of the frozen embryos were thawed. Remember, we had 6 good embryos. And stored in 2 separate containers. So 3 embryos each. So they had to thaw 1 container, and it has 3 embryos. And the embryologist explained the procedure, and we were asked to choose how many embryos to transfer. 1, 2, or all 3. We chose to transfer only 2. That as advised by our OB, although I also informed her that it runs in the family. Twins. My dad had a sister who had a twin. Anyway, the remaining embryo, the remaining 1 embryo that was thought, it was not of very good quality, but it can be cultured further and stored again. Unfortunately, though, we were informed later on that it stopped developing on the 3rd day after the thawing, so it was discarded. So the 2. Husband was allowed in the operating room. We held hands during the procedure. A needle containing the embryos was guided by an ultrasound camera was inserted into my uterus. Then the embryos were released like a gun. We could see the needle inside on the ultrasound monitor, and the embryos were just tiny white dots. Too bad though, we were not able to ask for a printed copy before they turned off the machine. Our bad. There was no anesthesia for the procedure because it wasn't painful in any way. It was just like the IUI or intrauterine insemination that we've gone through before, twice. However, I was a little stressed out during the whole process because of my full bladder. I was worried the whole time that I might, my bladder might go off and squirt urine right into the face of my OB-GYN, who's staring right into my vagina. Yep, that was what I was thinking and trying to prevent during the whole time, or the whole procedure. And even after the procedure was done, I was still required to lie down, and I was just given a bedpan to relieve myself, and I did it while my doctor and my husband and I were talking. It felt really weird, but my doctor didn't seem to mind at all. I guess she's used to that kind of scenario. After the procedure, we went back to the hotel and spent a few more days there to rest and give the embryos better chance of attaching to the wall of my uterus, or what they call implantation. And as soon as we got back there, I think right after dinner, that's when I started recording episodes. Right after or before dinner, that's when I started recording episodes of this IVF journey series. So now we have come in, or at least I have come in full circle. And we're all caught up. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll just leave a few pictures as I end this episode. Goodbye and thank you for watching.